The Staincast.
What is the Staincast?
Stain?
Stain. Who is Stain?
Am I dreaming? Yes.
Stain.
What is going on, guys, and welcome back to episode 103 of the Staincast. Of course, I'm one of your co-hosts, Mr. Stephen E. With me, as always,
What's up? How's everybody doing? Happy holidays. As you can see, there's a man shiesty, but it's not the kid. It's the
It's been
other
a minute.
kid. That's
Yeah,
it.
what's going
Father
on?
Quill. We were hypothesizing. Was it Attack of the Clones the last joint you were on?
I was supposed
Yes,
to
it
be on
was.
Attack of the Clones.
You weren't
You were not?
on it in the end?
I thought Willie popped out because I couldn't.
This is too far away. I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's been a minute.
On the dock, it still says Queel.
Yeah,
but-
Willie popped out.
The time
That was
before that
Dawson.
was... Yeah, that's
Also.
true. I know who Dawes. The time before that you were on here was The Thing, which was episode like 50-something, so...
Yeah, it was a minute
Yeah,
ago.
you
I
were
would
due. You were due for a Staincast appointment.
Yeah, I think the only person with a longer hiatus than you is B.
He's got like Guardians
DJI.
2.
Guardians 1, I'm pretty sure. I don't even think it was
No, it was
Guardians 2.
Guardians 2 because we did the whole big group. Remember that? Like everyone who was at
Oh,
your
yeah,
place.
yeah. That's true, that's
But,
true.
but
You're right.
technically, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, when he was actually just, like, the three of us or whatever. It was in your basement or something.
Yeah, the basement.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, of course, we have the Quill with us. We have a great episode, great movie to talk about tonight. I do... Something I want to point out beforehand is I love listening back on the episodes. I realize every time that I introduce, I have, like, a structured... I say the same thing every time, and every time you introduce, you change it up.
Yes, sir. I mean, look, we that's how we live, baby.
Yeah.
We off structure. I got enough. I got enough structure. I got enough structure in my life. I ain't got to bring that shit to the Staincast. I like to keep people on their toes. They never know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's true. But
Breaking
before we
news.
go,
They
I was
got
gonna say
him.
before we jump into this fantastic movie, it has recently been announced that Jonathan Majors was fired from Marvel Studios as Kang the Conqueror.
Rest in
We're not going to
peace.
get into we're not going to get into the trial itself and everything that ensues because we don't like that. That's none of our business. However, him getting fired and him no longer playing Kang, I will say it's still looking very rough for the MCU looking forward.
Rest in peace of Slate.
Yeah, I mean, the slate was already mid, and now it's like minus Kang from it, and it's like, what do we even
Nothing.
like? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's looking rough. I mean, probably in this next year, while there's nothing going on, all that's coming out is Deadpool. They'll be scrambling, trying to move things around, rewrite things, cancel things, whatever the hell's going on. I mean, it sucks for us as fans because, you know, Jonathan Majors is the best part of every, or one of the best parts in every project he's in, and had
Yeah.
great potential for the future. But
Unfortunately,
They
he was slated to fail. Ever since Ants got him, he was slated
Yeah.
to fail. Like you don't introduce, and that's the one, like kind of like silver lining, if you want to call it. That character was not built to last. Anyone who's getting beat by Ant-Man just doesn't have my respect like that. Sorry, like obviously he's so tough in Loki. Like Victor Timely, He Who Remains, amazing, right? And it's not even his fault for Quantumania. It's not like he's writing this damn thing. But I'm just saying that in general, like when you have the big bad losing to Scott Lang,
Ants.
I don't know.
Ants.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
yeah, I rewatched that movie recently, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong
and-
with you. I mean, it's just the final act of the movie is the only bad part, but the problem is, you kind of need that. It's kind of
Yeah.
the conclusion of the movie. Like, it's not like it's
Yeah,
the beginning
like,
shit, and then it
literally-
gets great. Like,
And that's what I said. Like, I was showing someone the movie for the first time, and me and one of my other friends that were there have seen the movie, and we're like, "This movie's ass." But if you haven't seen it, you kind of have to.
now you don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, you
Now
really
you don't
don't.
have to see. Now you don't have to see Loki. You don't have to see anything to do with Kang. What If is basically useless now because there is no multiverse. Probably they're probably just gonna.
No,
Sides
they're
are
gonna
good.
look. There was the rumors a while around going that they would introduce Doom and all this other stuff, and that's probably what's gonna happen. And they're gonna recast Kang. Kang will be in the MCU in some way. It just won't be Jonathan Majors, which to me, it
It's gonna be
hurts the
Ryan
character.
Gosling.
But yeah. Um,
He's in
but
talks.
he is in talks.
Come
But
on, man.
I'm also not
Don't
mad if
say
they do the
that.
Doom thing because Doom was really the major, like one of the biggest players in the best version of Secret Wars 2015. So I'm not
Beyond the
mad.
Doom.
I'm not mad if they bring Doom in. I just need them to do it right and not rushed, which is
Yeah.
unfortunately what I think is going to happen. But unless they
Yeah, I'm not gonna
continue
hold
to
my
push
breath.
things back,
Yeah. It does make more sense, like, because I was thinking, I always thought that's like you could just sub in Kang for Doom, but it makes more sense Doom like taking Reed's family and shit when like they
yeah.
actually have that connection. If Kang just snatched his family, it's like Kang don't
Also,
got
like
any like
you could show a nice way of like showing because Doom straight up like kills Thanos in Secret Wars in like 2 seconds. So you could do something similar with whatever the recast of Kang is to show like Doom is just that guy. Like straight up, like Doom is one of the best villains in comic book history. So if they do it the right way, they can make him more
yeah.
threatening than Kang.
Yeah, oh, 100%. I mean, Kang never was the physical threat, but now you have Doom, who's just kind of everything, right? It's like Kang was always like the smarts, kind of just like the thing, the having prep time basically. Where Doom is kind of just like where all the points intersect. I mean, I'm not saying he's super strong, but like he just has so much powers and shit where it kind of just negates the fact where like he uses
He
magic
might
and shit.
actually
So
be super strong.
I mean, I'm sure he has like that base
Yeah.
strength, but like he's not gonna like beat the piss out of the Hulk like with his hands at least,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not like a Thanos, is what I'm saying. Like we're like they still have the opportunity to not just turn into like a mauler. Like Thanos kind of was like that mauler with obviously he had a lot of like quotes and shit. But like that's why Kang was great because he was like the polar opposite. Like he's not a brute. He uses his intelligence for everything. But
And they can use Doom a very similar way
yeah,
if they um if they would want to.
yeah. It's almost kind of a shame, man. I know they were talking about like how they're gonna do like a reset after Secret Wars. I kind of wish they just reset after like
The
this
Infinity Saga.
phase. Yeah, just something because like I
Even after
think Doom
Endgame.
is just kind of one of those villains. You could do 3 phases on Doom. To be honest with you, you really could. Like
Well,
he's just that interesting.
it's not that they're gonna really like reboot the whole thing. What they're gonna do is pull a Secret Wars, make a new universe with an
Yes.
amalgamation of all of the best characters, and then they're also gonna leave that opportunity to have a new Tony Stark, to have a new Captain America, to have all of this other stuff, so
Yeah,
that
and
way they can
recast
continue
that shit.
so they can continue to build these stories in the future. I mean, that's what's going to happen. It's not going to be a full like. There's no way we're losing Tom Holland anytime soon. There's no way we're losing um, Haley Steinfeld or
Yeah, any
Iman
of the young
Vellani.
Avengers. Yeah,
Yeah,
all those young Avengers. I could.
none of the young Avengers are going anywhere anytime soon. That when Secret Wars comes out, they'll just continue to play their characters, if not even evolve into more characters, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. But regardless, it's looking slow. Kang was literally my favorite part of this newest saga. Like, if there was any like bright light where it was like, hey, this is ass, but at least we have this to look forward to. I mean, we're also in a time right now where we just don't know what's next. So there's a lot of uncertainty where it's just hard to speculate and be like, oh, this. Of course, it's easy to say it's going to be ass because there's no leading man. Like, there
What
is
if drops
no.
tonight though?
Yeah.
Don't talk about that. Come
Yeah.
on now. Come on. Don't look at this. Don't do that. Don't do me like that.
They showed Loki's tree in the trailer, so I'm a little excited
Yeah.
about that.
That
We'll
don't
see what
mean a
happens. We'll
goddamn
see.
thing.
Happy Hogan saves Christmas. That's
I'm
all
not
I'm gonna
excited for
say.
that episode. Yeah, that is what it is. But anyways, on to this lovely movie,
Yep.
Whiplash. Came out
Oof.
in
Good one.
2014. Fantastic movie all around. I mean, we might as well just get into it. The Queel, what are your favorite and least favorite characters?
I think we're all gonna say the same favorite characters. It's just J.K.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
of
J.K.
course.
Simmons. Like he's just the man in this movie. Fletcher. He's got
Yep.
just aura all around him. Every single scene he's in, he's just that guy, and he makes everyone well aware that he's that guy, and he will pull his
Yeah.
cock out if he needs to.
And J.K. Simmons acts his fucking ass off in that role.
Yeah.
I mean, he won an Oscar for this shit.
The movie won 3
Not
Oscars.
surprised. Damn. Did Miles
So-
Teller get anything?
I
No.
don't No, I don't think so.
No.
They got him.
Which I will say my piece about Miles Teller now. One of my first introductions to Miles Teller was unfortunately
Fan
Van
Forsig.
Forsnick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was one of my first impressions of him as an actor, and that's a massive stain to anybody's reputation, even Michael B.
Watch
Jordan.
War Dogs. Watch War Dogs. That's actually a really good movie that he's in with Jonah
I
Hill.
think that's true.
I think I may.
I've seen Fan Forstig, but it's like when they're playing like a character, like how he's playing like Reed Richards or whatever, it's easier for me to be like, all right, I'm not mad at Miles Teller, I'm not mad at Michael B. Jordan, I'm not mad at whatever her name is, whatever the girl's name is.
So it's not that I have like an issue, like it's just one of my first impressions was that movie. So for a while, I didn't think that he was
I
that
get you.
great of an actor. I also feel like he's not in many movies I've seen either.
Top Gun.
I have not seen the new Top Gun.
Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Damn.
I've not seen it yet. I know that came out this year. It's on
That
my
came out
list of
last
stuff to
year.
watch. That came out last year.
That came out
bro.
last winter.
Came out summer last year.
Last summer.
Was it last winter? Yeah, I think it was last summer.
Last summer. 'Cause I remember we went to go see it over the summer. Yeah.
I'll watch that.
It
I'll
was
watch that
egregious.
at some point. But so seeing him actually, what I was trying to say, seeing Miles Teller actually put on a fantastic performance like he does in this movie, it was very refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if you said JK, right? I mean, we're all gonna say JK. And I'll
We're all
just add a
saying
little
JK. It's always going to be JK.
Yeah, of course. And like he's
Anything
just
is in.
the way he just foils off everybody. Like this is why like I'm fine with Miles Teller in this movie, and like he's not anything like higher tier in my opinion, because like I think anyone acting opposite J.K. Simmons is gonna be an all-time talent, just like based off like the way that they perform. Because J.K. Simmons, like he's just one of those guys that like you know what he's expecting of you. Like when
He's
you
one
see
of
him
the-
acting like that,
he's one
you're
of the
just
best
like, all right,
actors
I
of
gotta
that
step up my
generation.
game.
He's
Yeah.
one of the best actors of that generation, hands down.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, there's just a handful of guys who are like that. Like, when they're in a movie, it's like, I'm not really, like, giving anyone plus or minus when they're acting opposite to him, because, like, he's just such a fucking great foil. Like, he'll turn anybody, whatever role he's, like, has, like, compared to that person, he just does so much work. Like, he does such a fucking great job.
Willem.
Willem.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah,
No, exactly.
Yeah, literally.
I gotta watch a new Willem movie. The Poor Things or whatever. I gotta see what's going on with that.
Poor Things.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're just praising JK. Do we have more to say?
Yeah, I
about
mean,
JK?
this whole episode, if anyone who's wondering, if you're up to this point by now, chances are it's just going to be the next 30, 40 minutes, there's going to be us glazing J.K. Simmons. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because if you've seen this movie, you know it's very warranted. And if you've seen any, I mean, he's just consistent. He's so consistent in his movies. Like, any movie you pick up, whether it's animated, whether it's, like, just him live action, there's a reason why he's JJJ, like, just forever now. Because he's literally, he embodies the role.
Perfect of JJ, like perfectly JJJ.
Yep. Yeah. He's
Or,
great
like-
at playing angry characters. Like, he's just so fucking angry.
You don't go into movies, like you go into Invincible,
Video games.
or even like the Legend of Korra. Like he is amazing as Tenzin in that show.
And as what's his name in Portal. God, I can't remember his name, but he's the guy that made the company, and he does the voice acting for all the like the CEO of the guy that did the Portal from Valve.
What the fuck? I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
He's
But
the
he
CEO
was-
of the company that made that gun.
He's one of the best, like you said, Deal, most consistent actors.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we want to go on to least favorite character. I mean, there's nothing really crazy. All the characters have small enough roles where it doesn't really mean much.
It's one of
maybe
those where it's like there's I don't know, like no one else is like in the movie there to like really make you dislike them or come
think
off
about
in some
them.
sort of way where you're like, nah.
Yeah.
Because it's really just meant to be just JK and Miles. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I got.
They're
Exactly.
Cave Johnson from Portal, that's what his name is.
Cave Johnson.
Is that who he plays?
That's the character he plays in Portal.
Huh. So I played Portal. I mean, I guess I played that a long time ago though, so I wouldn't even have recognized him probably.
Not sure. That is a minute ago that game came
Yeah.
out.
Tough ass game though.
OD. I guess then we can just move. Oh, I also want to point out Melissa Benoist is in this movie for some reason. She, for those of you who don't know, is or was the CW Supergirl. And
Oh yeah, Nicole. Yeah, I hear
that
you.
show is ass. That show
I
was
mean,
pretty bad.
what do you expect?
I
I
gave
got
it a
nothing to
chance.
say for that.
I gave it a chance.
Exactly. Like, what do you expect? Like, come on.
I mean, yeah, most of the CW shows ended up being pretty fucking bad after a while.
Yeah.
But hers, that one was pretty bad. It's not.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't Batwoman. Batwoman was pretty bad too.
I mean, they straight up never released that shit.
No, not the movie. The fucking the show, the CW show.
Fuck.
But anyways, going on to make or break moments of the movie.
Anytime J.K. Simmons is speaking,
Anytime he's on screen, what I was going to say before it almost lost me was the best scene in the movie is when the one trombone player is out of tune. And he's screaming. He tells them all to play separately. Goes up to this one dude, tells him he's like, "Are you out of tune?" He said yes. Kicks him out, and is like, "For the
that
record,
shit's so hard. He
for
wasn't
the
out of
record,
tune.
he wasn't out of tune. You were, but he didn't know, and that's
What's the
worse."
difference? Exactly.
That was like
Fire.
cold, hard. What my
Yeah.
favorite scene in the entire fucking movie, by far,
Yeah.
hands down. Like the acting in it, the tension, the amount of
Yeah.
tension in
And
that
just in the movie.
room.
In the movie.
Well, in
Not
the
even, like
movie,
that
yeah,
scene,
especially.
yes.
But that scene, I think, is
Yeah.
peak. Like that, and that's pretty early on in the movie. It's not like it's
Yeah.
But it took
decent. I
Greg
mean, the
to
movie's not
introduce him, like, just how much of a fucking dickhead he is.
asshole. Yeah, I mean, the movie's
Like,
an hour 46. So
you
it's not
get
that
like
long.
that.
But it's
I was gonna say
that
too,
was
the
a-
car crash scene's pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you, like, it's just the culmination of, like, how fucking crazy Fletcher has driven this one kid. Like whether it be Neiman or whether it be any of the other students he's had, like, it just shows you, like, how
Well,
obsessive
they even talk
that,
about
like, art can be.
They even talk like he drove a student to fucking
Kill himself.
Kill himself.
Like
Yeah.
that's fucking awful. Like he's not a good
Yeah.
human.
And he does not give a fuck,
Yeah.
too. He's just like,
No. And it's not like it was by accident. Like, he literally said at the end of the movie, like, he's been looking for that one guy. Like, he thinks, like it's, and that's why I like him too, because he's evil, but like he's bounded by some sort of rules. Like, he's not just being an asshole to people because he gets off
You
to
do
it.
see a little bit like it when he's talking about
At the bar, yeah, or whatever.
yeah, like he does have a little bit of the sympathy in him.
Yeah.
But
Like, he's just ruthless. Like, that's what it is. Like, you can be sympathetic, but he's still ruthless at the end of the day. Like, he knows what he has to do. At least, like, what he thinks he has to do to get this, like, next level student. He just got to push him until literally you just mold someone. Like, you just keep destroying everything until there's someone's left to be, like, the mold is complete. Like, it's
that's
sickening.
literally what happens at the end. Like the ending
Yeah.
is him completely embarrassing. What the fuck is his character's name? So I stopped calling him Miles Teller. Andrew.
Neiman.
Andrew, yeah.
But they call him Neiman for the most part.
So seeing like how much he breaks him down and then embarrasses him, and then
he keeps coming back.
He
Like,
keeps coming back. Yeah, and then the ending scene when he gives Neiman the smirk, like that's when you know he broke him, and then it pans over to his father, and his father looks distraught.
Yeah, because he literally told him, it's like, don't fucking go back with this guy. This guy literally has a history of this shit. Like, he's a maniac for all intents and purposes. And, like, he
didn't care.
Yeah.
He wanted
it's just such a great story. Like, on the forefront, it's just a story about, like, a musician, but, like, there's so much. It's so, like, intricately woven into the story. Like, how, like, and it's not just, like, for music. Like, just because, like, you play an instrument, like, makes you, like, particularly vulnerable. It's just any art in general. The pursuit of being great. Like, this is kind of, like...
pursuit of perfection.
Yeah.
It's the like addiction that he has to this craft, which can be anybody, whether it's sports, video gaming, whatever, just trying to be the best.
And they do such a great job, like how you'll literally see the blood dropping from his hands. He's fucking hitting. He's doing it so much. He's literally got he's got tape. He's got wraps on his hands because he's literally just from the fucking sticks.
He got into a car accident and then went back, fucking kept going, and then tackled the man.
He
Literally
pulled up
right.
fucking he pulled up bloody like everywhere. Like he was fucking messed up.
He didn't give a fuck. But it's the ending doesn't make you feel like it's a tragedy, and like
Yeah.
it's a tragic. Like you see that part of him, the part that wanted his family and a loved one, etc., die, and then he becomes Neiman. I mean, not
Yeah.
Neiman. He becomes Fletcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because like you even see it in the family dynamic, how like his brother or whatever is like this football star or whatever. Like Neiman just wants to be that star. Like he wants to be at the dinner table talking about all his accomplishments, and it's like
Four
comes down to
words
like,
you
what's
will
he
never
willing to
hear
give
from
up?
the NFL.
Exactly. It's yeah, he was fucking violent. Neiman's an asshole too. I mean, because he's literally becoming. It's like the thing where it's like the people you despise the most are the people you become because you just fucking hate them so much. Like it's another
Well,
whole fucking thing going
well,
on in the story.
okay, so a great um, thing, I guess I'll call it the Luke Skywalker example, is, and the director even said this in an interview, is that you see Neiman, like he starts off in a white T-shirt. That's when you first meet him, and then he slowly starts to dress more like Fletcher because he's turning into Fletcher.
Yeah.
He said that he saw that in Star Wars with Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy, and then brought that to this character, which is why he starts wearing the black T-shirts
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Like it's simplicity. Like that's what I like about this movie. Like and many movies like this where they don't have to like stop the whole movie to be like, all right, here's the exposition, here's what's happening, here's what you need to know. It's like just watch the movie, and if you can pick up on something like that, cool. If you don't, it doesn't change the movie. It just
Yeah.
adds to it when you figure out about it. What else was I gonna say? Fuck. Whatever. But I mean, there's so many great scenes in this. I mean, the whole we didn't even talk about his girlfriend yet. That was vile. Like that is just like that's every man can affiliate with that. Literally, like not having the time for someone, and then right when you do have the time, now they
They're
don't have the
gone.
time, and it's like, damn. It's
Yeah,
like I
and that's
shouldn't
it.
have waited. Like
He should. I mean, he chose the love of his craft and the trying to be a perfectionist over someone, and then
yeah,
he he lost
he
it.
paid
That's just how the
he
That's it.
cookie
paid the price
crumbles.
for it.
You
Yeah,
can't have your
exactly. Like, that
cake and
shit
eat
was
it
just like
too.
yes sir. Like it was just a little cherry on the top where it's like just in case Neiman wasn't already messed up from Fletcher. It's like now like his life can't not he can't even get his life right. Like it is just a story of a man just broken down to literally just fucking just nothing. Literally, like man's a fucking just like a just a piece of meat to be commanded by Fletcher.
Yeah.
You're just there to be molded by Fletcher.
Yeah, shit tough though. My goodness, man, can't say it enough.
OD. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I have any fucking breaks in this movie.
Let me think.
Not really.
All
No.
right,
I would say like
then.
everything's like pretty top notch about this. Like there's a reason they got nominated for so many things, and it won 3 Oscars. Like it won,
Yeah.
J.K. won, it
All
won
right.
Best Editing
I,
and Sound Design.
I'll be an asshole. The ending. Just how long it took. I have still never watched that entire ending. Like, I skipped through it and stuff, but like that like 15 minutes of him just playing the drums can't do it. Sorry. Can't do
It's the
it.
best part,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
he
the
what in
and
whole.
the no no I get no like
that's
the
the
first time
whole
no
point.
no no I've seen it throughout all my times I've watched it, but never like all at once. Like it is, bro. 15 minutes of that man playing the drums. I get it. I understand what's going on, so I don't need to see it. Like I understand he just said basically saying "fuck you" to J.K. because he didn't give him the book, and he's like "fuck it, I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do," and he started dealing. I get that. I'm here for that. But it's ridiculous. Doesn't change the fact it's ridiculous. Someone's got to say it. Like it's not a, and like I'm not. It wouldn't take away from if we had like a number system. I'm not deducting it, right? But it's ridiculous, and someone has to say it.
Fair,
It's absurd. Shit
but
goes on forever.
Queel, you brought up the editing that it won an Oscar for the editing, and I mean, you could see why. I love the cuts are perfect. I love all of the up close and personal shots that not only you get of Miles and of J.K., but of the instruments, of the other players. Like every shot, like not every shot, but like a lot of the shots are so close and personal, and it really helps encapsulate you into the movie.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it brings a focus into
Yeah.
like what they're trying to like show you. It's like you're looking at them, and then you're looking at the like it just is close and on their eyes, where they're literally sweating beads, bloodshot red, and they're like trying the best that they can, but they just can't achieve what Fletcher wants them to achieve, and they never
Yeah.
will.
Nope.
Yeah. I have more scenes, but I feel like we'll just bring them up with the quotes.
I was
Like
gonna
I feel
say,
like quotes and
speaking
scenes kind
of
of go hand in hand.
DL, you might as well get started.
I mean, my favorite thing in the whole movie is that one fucking stagehand or whatever he was. He just walks up. He says, "What do he say to him?" I have to get the exact fucking quote here. Oh yeah, get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you. And JK is ripped for no reason, right? Like it just adds to it because he's an older man, of course, and he's just fucking always pumping. Like his fucking biceps are always fucking juiced
Oh,
out,
that one
and he's just
picture. I'll put up that picture
yeah,
now of him fucking
yeah.
flexing on the one
He's
machine.
ginormous. He's so big for someone his
He's
age, and like
huge.
it just adds to his like his crazy like hair trigger like aggression where like he's just giving them a pep talk before the freaking set and then he just sees that guy and he's like I still fucking see you mini me like literally just berating a random guy literally just for being in his like not even being in his way just being behind him like about to say something about to interrupt him like that's all it takes
And it
and
set
it's
him
so
off.
funny
A
yeah
little
that's
roid
it
rage in there.
oh yeah absolutely I mean I feel like that's kind of the point he's so high on his own supply it's crazy.
OD. Um, I mean, I said it to you before we started DL, but when he's fucking in the one scene with the that I was talking about earlier with the trombonist at it too, and he's like, "Don't look at the floor. There's not a Mars bar down there. Look at me." Or speaking to someone else, he's like, "It's not your boyfriend's dick. Don't come so fast."
Yeah.
This shit's fucking ridiculous.
He's just a quote machine. Like he's just like
I was just looking at his page on
he
IMDb, and it's literally so long. It's basically every single line he has in a movie.
yeah. I mean I love all of it. Like not quite my tempo. And he just does that to him forever. And then you have that whole scene. Were you rushing or were you
Rushing or
dragging?
dragging? Yep. I don't.
And then
I
he's
don't
just
know.
fucking rushing. What do you say? Is it rushing or dragging? Rushing. So you do know the difference.
Sickening. I was at one of
He's
the
just
actually
like he,
one of the good quotes he has. No two words are more harmful in the English language than "good job."
true.
That's a good quote. That's a good ass quote.
Yeah. Where's my other favorite quote? I love this one too. I say that. Where is it? Uh, oh yeah. Say you give a calculator to a fucking retard, he's gonna try to turn on a TV with it. When he's talking about like the book where it's like how whatever Tanner gave Neiman the book or something that Neiman lost. It's still another weird part of this movie that I feel like was it Fletcher who took the book? We don't know, but I feel like it's like a super coincidental thing that Tanner lost his book and then Neiman fucking basically got his opportunity off that. But I mean, who knows, right? But I love that scene. He's just Ugh. And then like he's like, oh, I don't know the scales by heart or something. He's like, what are you fucking stupid?
Tough. I mean, we could keep listing.
This movie's just literally
Yeah,
just shaking
yeah.
glazing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the tryouts that he had, like when he had the drummers against each other, that was vile. When he had like the three of them or whatever, and they were just waiting to get their turn, and like what like one guy who got on, he started doing it, like, nope, you're done. Like it was so fucking vile.
Tough ass fucking movie.
Mhm.
Unless anybody has any other standout quotes, we can move on from here.
No, I think it's. I mean, like obviously, if you guys have seen this movie, you know J.K. Simmons is a fucking quit
He
machine.
is
Like
chatting. He's going off.
it's just on demand. Like any situation he's in, someone's getting their ass cut for it. Like it's
OD. OD. Um, but going into it's. I mean, the only one I have is fucking Neiman walking away from that accident.
yeah. I guess
But
like
I
a
mean,
semi or whatever it was.
yeah,
That shit fucking
Yeah.
smoked his ass.
he should have been a little iced, but plot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Walking away
The
from
main
anything
character,
over 20 miles an hour, you're just
you're getting fucking smoked. But I mean, he needed it. He needed to
He
pull
needed
up.
it,
So
yeah.
I understand.
But I mean, besides that, I don't really have anything. This movie is pretty grounded, pretty
Yeah.
straightforward. Nothing
Exactly.
too egregious happens.
No. It's like yeah, like the car accident is like the only even like it's a pretty regular movie, like in terms of like what happens. Like sure, like the things that go on are like torture city, but besides that, you know. It's regular.
I mean, there's nothing for me to really lean forward for, but
Yeah.
it's the thirsty moment of the movie, and it's probably just going to go to J.K. Simmons.
What? What you mean?
I'm kidding.
Like
Continue.
there's still a woman. No, I got the half eye. There's still a woman in this movie. Hey, that's all we need.
Fair. However, it's Melissa Benoist.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's about as white bread as they come. Don't really have much to speak on. It's a tough scene that he told her that he don't want no part of her. Then he wanted a part of her, and she was off
He
that.
was off it, all off it.
Tough scene. Dummy tough
Um,
scene.
but also J.K. because he's J.K.
Yeah, and the fact that this man's like freaking 60-something years old and is fucking
22-inch
ripped.
biceps.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Absolutely fucking absurd.
But he's born in 1955, bro. That's fucking crazy.
He's like 70 something now. He's old. He's an old
Holy
dude.
fuck. Yeah,
He's
he's
still
just got.
dope.
He's just got. I'm gonna need him just doing voice actings until he croaks. The culture needs that off him.
That's true. But I guess if we are all through with that, of course, every week we take to our Instagram at the Staincast to ask you guys a lovely question, get you involved, and see what you're thinking. This
True.
week we asked you guys what your favorite J.K. Simmons role is, because of course he's the GOAT, and we've been talking about him this entire episode. The first response was from the Queel, which we'll save yours for the end. Then we had Max, who said Omni-Man, which is a great one. B said JJJ, which we'll get into.
Split between two.
We'll get into that in a little bit. RP24, not to be confused with Chet Stable, said, "I do love your mother, but she's more like a pet to me." Which, of course, if you don't know, is an Omni-Man quote. And then
Most vile thing, bro.
OD. And then the kid said Joss Whedon's Justice League, so we're gonna ignore that one completely.
Vile.
Queel, you go first.
Fuck?
I said Sam Raimi's JJJ.
You did. Why would you? Why do you think that?
Because it's what we said earlier. He is the embodiment of that character. He was meant to play that role, and he does that role swimmingly. Some could say perfectly. And that's why there's never going to be another J. Jonah Jameson. Even if it's not J.K. Simmons, like every JJJ since then has tried to emulate him.
Yeah,
even like
in the games, like the Amazing Spider-Man games, you listen to his radio or his podcast, it's just the voice actor trying to sound like J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, exactly.
But they didn't want to pay J.K. Simmons.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty active though, because like he even did Mortal Kombat. Like, cause what's his name? Homelander didn't even do it. Yes, Homelander did.
Anthony Starr wanted to do it though. He wanted to do it. He was up for doing it. They just didn't contact him about doing it.
Tough. That's stupid, Vile. What the fuck?
They probably blew all their fucking budget on J.K. Simmons, so they then couldn't afford doing Anthony Starr.
Mean, Ed Boon is also like known to be really stupid, so
also true. That is also very true.
Everyone that runs that company is just like a meathead.
I mean, do you see the games they make?
Like you're making Mortal Kombat, like you have to be.
You're making Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Like Injustice is tough, but that's still a meathead game.
Oh yeah. So, am I up? Did you guys both say you had Queel?
I have not said mine yet. Queel said his.
You got it.
I mean, honestly, it's a massive toss-up. It's a massive toss-up between JJJ and Omni-Man, which are the two, of course, that were the standouts in the question. But I don't know which one to give it to, because I cannot, like, just how I cannot imagine anybody playing JJJ, I can't imagine anybody playing Omni-Man either. Even because there's rumors of them, or it might have been announced for in development, of doing a live-action Invincible. If they don't cast JJJ, I don't want it, to be honest. I mean, not JJJ, fucking J.K. Simmons. It's too many fucking, too many syllables or letters. Yeah, but if they don't cast J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man in the live action, I kind of don't want it.
I don't
Yeah,
even know how that would work.
So-
though.
that's what I'm saying. So
Like, that would
he
really
needs his
work out.
voice. Obviously, he needs his voice, but I think they need some super buff guy who kind of looks like him. Then they can just voice over it. I think that's the best.
They're not gonna do
Will
that.
they do it? Exactly. But I think like that's my dream idea because like you just don't like to see older people like being in that kind of like stunt forward role where he's just gonna have to be a stunt guy half the fucking time. And it's gonna be like this isn't even fucking J.K. Simmons for God's sake. So you might as well not even have him in like the actual stand-in. Like fuck it.
I mean, but they could pull it off. He's still ripped enough.
No,
where
no,
he
no.
could
It'd be
pull
tough.
it off.
Look, I got no beat. I'm all for it. I'm just
And
saying
it's
that I don't
perfect.
know how.
But also, it's also like that is Omni Man's age, so it's gonna like no matter what, they're gonna need someone that like that old
Yeah,
anyway.
but Omni Man's fucking yoked, man. Like J.K. Simmons is brolic, but Omni Man is fucking
Who do you
yoked.
want, fucking Arnold or The Rock to play him?
I need Henry
No,
Cavill
no, I
to
mean,
come
no,
back.
you can go to any fucking gym anywhere and just give a guy $100 and tell him to fucking shoot some scenes. It's
Yeah,
not
no,
it's not
exactly.
size that I'm worried about. It's just
You
fucking
don't even
like
gotta pay him.
they
You
have
just
to
gotta
look.
pay him in trend.
Yeah, that's true. The Trend twins.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't give it to a definitive one. Both of those roles are just perfect for him. Maybe J.K. Simmons. God fucking damn it. Maybe I'll give it to JJJ just because he's been that for longer and his childhood and Spider-Man 3.
Well, thanks, Hag. Thanks for taking my exact line, bit for bit. He stole my whole flow, word for word, bar for bar. That's literally what just happened to me.
Damn, what were you
That-
gonna say?
That's tough.
J.K. Simmons, he stood the test of time on JJJ. He's been it since the beginning. They make every character that's JJJ look like him if he's not voiced by him. His like the way he speaks, how he's always angry, how he's always hating, like that shit is just carried over no matter where it is. And like you said, nostalgia. Why not?
Spider-Man 3.
Exactly.
And Spider-Man 1.
And
Yeah,
2.
that's what I'm saying. That deleted scene of him in the Spider-Man suit.
I
Mm,
fucking
yeah,
love that
that's-
shit.
I've been rewatching. I've been rewatching Raimi's Spider-Man because my little brother started watching them, and I'm just like, damn, like, what
It's
an
so
era!
good.
What an era! Of
Yeah.
movies.
We got to cover those at some point soon.
Yeah.
That might be on the docket for when we come back.
Yeah, I'm with that. But yeah, that's J.K. Simmons' best role. I mean, there's so many. I scrolled through that man's. First of all, he's got so much filmography. It's insane. If you
Yeah,
guys
no,
are
he's in
curious, just
everything.
look on IMDb. He's in everything. So like, I was trying to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's JJJ all the way, baby. Have to.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But thank you all, of course, for answering the question of the week. Those who didn't, we know who skips. And
I know who tossed.
stay tuned for this week, where we'll post the next question of the week.
I'm telling Santa, you're getting cold, motherfucker. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you didn't vote.
We forgot
I
to
know
say
you
happy
didn't vote. You're
holidays.
watching this right now. You're watching this right now, and you didn't vote on last week's question of the week, and you have the balls to come in here and watch this episode. And I know you probably aren't going to vote on this question of the week coming up too. What? Come on. Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't do that, Skip.
I didn't know he
What
played
are you
Klaus
looking
in
at?
Klaus. I completely forgot that.
What happened?
Klaus. That movie, that animated like Christmas movie from 2019. I completely forgot he played Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
There's
We're
so
telling
many
we're
fucking-
telling J.K. Simmons.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
it's just everything. It's literally just everything. Like he's just any movie that just like he's in that one tough. I mean, there's so many. I don't. I'm not even gonna start listing all these because it's kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
We'll go down a rabbit hole. It's time to rank the movie.
True.
It's almost dinner time for DL.
True.
That's facts. I'm starving.
So,
Taco Tuesday, motherfucker.
ooh.
Nah.
If you haven't guessed, this movie is S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This movie is
If
fantastic.
you try to argue
The
with it, you're
acting-
literally just wrong.
You're
There's
a
no other
hater.
opinion
You're a
about
fucking
it.
hater. Yeah. Objectively and subjectively, it's an ass. I don't give a hail. Yeah, because it's accessibility. I think is what really adds to that like undisputed thing. Because you don't like I didn't play. I played viola for a small part in my freaking
Yeah, no,
middle
me and
school
Hag were in
career.
band. We know all about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know
exactly.
all
It's like-
about that.
It's like I
That
never
shit was
played.
hideous.
I never played at that level. but I've played, but I've just like heard stories. Like Ryan was really into that. Like that's why Ryan loves this movie because he used to play cello, and this literally freaking struck a chord with him because that's exactly how it was. He was saying, but it's like
Jesus.
just anything. I mean, not obviously not fucking
Yeah,
that
not to that
bad, but
extent,
you
but
know
no,
what I
yeah,
mean. Anything, any situation where it's like either be like super competitive field, whether it's business, whether it's sports, when you're in that upper echelon, everyone is trying to knock someone down a peg. Like everyone is trying to be number one. Everyone wants to be number one, and you have 10 people. Not everyone can be number one. Like it's fucking vicious. So like it's just so anyone who's experienced just that, right? Like you don't have to play an instrument to understand that it's vicious, competitive anywhere, any career that pays like because obviously in a career like musician, you need to be in that high earners. You got to be in that top
It's
whatever
doggy
two,
dog.
three,
upper
whatever.
echelon.
Exactly, or else you're gonna be making fucking. You're not gonna have a house. You're gonna be living in a box because they don't make money like that. So you, to be at that level to actually like provide, you got to be ruthless, and that goes for any job. So it's like super relatable, and it kind of just shows like what happens like when the idea of like this hustle culture kind of thing, where it's like when it takes over, where it's like all right, my health comes second, like everything comes second. Literally, he for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, exactly. I guess before we end this off, if you haven't watched this movie, watch it. What the fuck's wrong with you? If you have watched this movie and hasn't been a while, watch it again. If you watched this movie yesterday, watch it again. If you're watching this movie right now, start it from the beginning and watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Queel, for joining us this week.
Of course.
And you guys got a nice little short episode, as I'm just looking at the time and realizing.
It's not bad.
But that's okay. This movie was straightforward, open shut,
Yeah.
J.K. Glaze.
Go spend some time with your folks. It's Christmas.
Yes, enjoy. You guys enjoy the holidays, and of course, as usual, if you are watching this on YouTube, go down below. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, ring that bell. If you are listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music, give us a little follow and rate us. And after you're done doing all that, go over to our Instagram at the Staincast, where you can follow, turn on post notifications. We know who skips. And stay tuned for this week, where you'll see the question of the week coming this Saturday. And then, of course, don't forget about that link in our Instagram bio where you can hit up our Redbubble shop and buy a little merch. So we'll see you guys next week when we cover Loki Season 2.
Do it, you puny human.